Hi guys, Mike here from RevoSlot. I'm just going to do a review on this RevoSlot Lister Storm. So this is the RS0271. So having a look at it, Lister Storm started racing around about 95 if I'm not mistaken. This particular model raced in 96. Where they got the sponsorship from the Newcastle United Football Club over there in Northern England. And just looking at this, it is awesome looking car. Now I thought, I couldn't see whether this was a sticker at the front or whether it was some kind of 3D sort of clear vinyl, but it is a sticker. It looks that clear. Just have a look at this detail here. When you can see that, how good that sticker image looks there. So I'll show you the car. Now I'll go through. Straight away it's catching my eye, and as I'm spinning it around I'm noticing a few things which I'll come back and talk to you about in a second. So all in all, awesome looking car. I want to point out a couple of details I saw then when I spin it around. First of all, this caught my attention was the Newcastle United badge at the front, which is absolutely brilliant. The quality of that, just the way the sticker looks is great. But I don't know whether you notice the front indicators. How awesome do they look? Can you see that on this camera? They look so clear. The back ones are pretty good as well. The front really got my attention, but the detail on these Revo cars is brilliant. I scattered over those front indicators. They are awesome. All right, overall look at the car. Obviously, yes, I like it. Driver inside there, fire extinguisher inside there, gear stick. Almost looks like the gear stick's on the dash, to be honest. It looks a little bit far forward. Or is that just me? Was it that far forward? Can you see that? Alright, maybe just my opinion, but looks a little bit far forward, that gear stick. But anyway, other than that, awesome looking car. So RevoSlot, a lot of you know it's probably my favourite car, and those guys that come down to the shop saying they want to take up their sort of cars to the next level, I normally point them this way due to the quality of the car. So underneath, spare guide and a magnet. We've never used a magnet on one of these, so I'm not sure what they're like. This guide is the slightly deeper guide. You're running on wood routed tracks like this one, or if you come into our Revo competitions, suggest use the deep wooden guide. So let's unscrew it from the back. Let's have a look. It's a long screw. Okay. So pretty much very similar chassis to a lot of the Revos. Revo's got the metal two-piece chassis. A little bit of float there, in there. So the guide's sticking a bit on that side, if you notice. It's looking nicely that way, not so much that way. That's probably just a caught wire somewhere, but we'll have a look at that in a second. So I'm just doing an honest review, guys, and this is out of the box and what I'm finding. So straight away I'm looking, that guide's not flicking back as good as I would like. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Probably something and nothing, the wire's probably just a bit caught. Other than that, real nice wheels on there. Tyres are good on Revos. You know, they're just nice, they're flat, they sit flat. Do recommend truing your tyres, but straight out of the box they are pretty good on the Revos. So just notice the Adidas number plate, or Adidas as some people call it. Where I grew up it was Adidas. So that looks all pretty good. Couple of things to note. Motors, On a Revo, first thing you do at the box, check your mesh. Check that they are tight. So always worth just having a bit of a check that they're tight. Had a couple come through and they've been loose, not been tightened up, and disappointing when you get halfway around the track and it stops. So all in all, pretty good looking car from there. I am going to open it up and show you inside as well. Sorry guys, this camera stuff makes me nervous, tell you. Tight. So going through there now. So just going through, opening the car up. Screws are tight at the back. No reason why it should be that tight really. So there we go. The car is opened up. The inside of the chassis there, inside the body chassis there. So I can hear someone in the background if I keep turning around. Okay, so the wires there. That little black wire is looking a bit shorter on that side. I'm going to pull that through this sleeving a little bit more. Should level them up a bit. Crease them down a little bit that way. Okay, my guide. Flicking both ways. So that's straightened that out anyway, that's good. A new nut there, that's different. Same size thread. Still got the spring and everything there. So yep, that's all good. So pretty much that's the inside of a Revo, that's the chassis. Okay, these here, you can get aftermarket ones for these of different size. 1 mil, 1.5 mil, half a mil. I tend to keep the standard ones in, it's not something I change. But I sometimes run a little bit of 3M tape across here, just to dampen that rattle. But all in all, that is the car. And from what I can see, no issues with it whatsoever. We had the guide that was not flicking central, but fixed that up easy enough, that seems to be good. A little bit of play in that guide, forward and back. That should be okay. But as usual, chassis, everything finished nicely, no sharp edges, all looking pretty good. Interior of the body, nothing loose in there. I like to check there's nothing falling loose in there. That's all pretty good. Rubber mounts here, it's got the black ones in this car. Them again come in different sizes. So depending on what, you can change your ride height slightly with those. So let's just slip that back in. Just watching the wires from the motor, don't get caught near that rear pod there, it's quite close. Same one's in, that's good. Alright, so just screw that back up. So just putting it all back. But all in all, good looking car. Pretty happy with the way it all looks. Like I said, we would normally change the guides for our track here, but I'm probably going to give it a run as it is on this one. So this is it. Blister Storm Adidas or Adidas edition. Great looking car. Fin's pretty sturdy. Obviously any car that's going to get a hit, there's always a chance of losing that. It's like I've increase the air a little bit there. That'll soon get folded and snapped off, but that's racing. And that's what I say about these. If you're going to put them on the track, you're going to get marks, you're going to get little scratches, damage or whatever. Obviously it's upsetting when you do, but if you're going to race these things, and this really looks like it needs to be raced, you've got to expect to lose a few bits, especially that little red bit on the front. That's going to go when they gets a good hit. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. The grille looks nice at the front as well. It's a lot very flat. If you think about most of the Revos, they're very curved at the front with that grille underneath. You don't not notice it quite as much, but on this one, it's really noticeable, and it looks pretty cool. So, yep. So that guide's a bit better, flicking back the other way now, and there we go with a phone call disturbing me. So what I'm going to do, I'll take that call, and then we'll do some track time. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, hope you can still hear me on there. So I'm going to, here we go with the RevoSlot camera around. That one. Mr. Storm, running the track. Alright, so here we go. Set off straight away down there. Nice. Now nothing done as you start this. Now this quick down the straight. So it's holding nicely, there's absolutely nothing done to it. Original tires, not through. I'm liking this car. I think this is going in my collection, so. Any of the guys in race here want one? You're not getting the first one. Okay, this is nice. So, yep, I might actually do a little bit of work on this one. And get someone to drive it in the Revo Championship for me this year. But I don't get to drive too much to look after the event and drive, so I won't be driving in the RevoSlot Championship. But I dare say this car will be. I like it. And it's nice and quick and it's great to win some good lap times. What are they? My eyesight's terrible. So let me have a look at those lap times for you. We've got 9.0 there. Just check into the track zone voltage wise. So 9.0, let's we've got to get into the 8, haven't we? Let's have a look. So I haven't used the track today, so it could be a little bit dusty. No, not too bad. A little bit of dust on there, not too good. Let's see if we can get into the 8. Push it a little bit harder. Might give those cars a bit of a clean, just to see. Yeah, getting a bit taller there. I'm in the 8th, yes, we're in the 8th, there we go. Awesome. I'm liking this car. So handling great. Look, I find it hard to anything bad to say about the car. I want to give an honest review, and I like it. Simple as that. I'm keeping these tires clean, so I want to keep racing it. Just 1 second. So, give them a clean. So, cleaning the tires. A little bit of Miracle Cleaner is what I'm using. I find that nice on the tires. Gives them a clean. Doesn't change the tyre too much, but a tiny little bit on a rag. You're not drowning your tyres. You don't ruin your tyres if you're drowning in any product. Let's see what we can get out of it now, eh? There we go. Couple of guys I know that come down here to get a couple lap times from me out of this car. Revo Rumble. Now what I do before I start a race, I would be checking the bearing alignment, checking the gearing mesh. They can't take the time in production of what we might do to get a car that we want for racing. But all in all, straight out the box, pretty good. I will be trying to get another best lock and let's see what I get. And there's one more best lock. Hopefully this video is coming out clear enough. And make everyone to see. Got in quite a big high view of the track. This is the track we use to run our Group 2 on normal. So I'm going to put this on the other track in a minute and we'll do another test on the track where it's usually going to the road. It's not going to be that long lockdown that we'll do. I'm right in it. So my plan is all the lockdown out yeah. Let's see what we get. 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9. So 3 constant, consistent marks. So there we have it. RevoSlot, list of storm. Alright, I will set the other track up, move the cameras around, and let's run it on the other track and see how it goes on that one. Okay guys, list of storm on the Suzuka track. Let's do some laps and see what it does on this track. So this is the track where we'd normally race these cars on. I'm hoping you can hear me. I haven't got a microphone on, hopefully the other mic can pick it up. Alright. 43 guys, not too bad going with the stretch, a little bit slower than usual that I'd normally race. But we've done nothing with this since it's out of the box. So we're getting best laps coming through there. 7.6. Look, I would want to be getting 7.1, 7.2. A really good set car will get into 6.9. 7.1, 7.2 is normally where I would get an average Revo that can choose for the track. So currently 75. A little bit slippy on the track, I might be prepared to get the clean side again. The last time track are normally a little bit dusty. No one's been on it. They will close. So let's keep the tyres clean. Bear with me guys. So again, a little bit of clean on the tyres. A little bit of dust on there. Anytime going on a track, a couple of laps on your tyres, a couple of laps on your tyres, and that's things you like. Never try to push the car on the clutch a couple of laps on the track. Nothing else. This one. It's holding nice, we're quite happy with it. Again, we've got 174s. This one is not running nothing, I've got oil that I haven't done anything to it. I'm already at 7.4s. So this is looking like it's going to be a good car. A little bit of clean oiling. What I might do, I might actually go and do a little bit of work, oil it like I normally do. Check the alignment and see if I can come back and better. There you go, good time to stop, come off there, it's 7.400. So here we go, list of storm on the Suzuka track, 7.00, 7.400, 7.471, 7.472, 7.443, 7.440, 7.608. So realistically, 7.4 car straight out of the box. Not done anything with it. Them wheels are not spinning as good as I would like. They're not continually spinning. So I'm going to go do a little bit of work to this. Just set it up. So I'll go back to the other camera. I'll do it in front of everybody. Try and get those wheels to spin a little bit better. And then we'll put it back on the track and see if we can beat the 7.4. Alright, back to the other camera and back with you shortly. Okay guys, back with you. So we just had a bit of a run on the Suzuka track. 7.40. I want a little bit more out of this car. That was directly straight out of the box. As I was saying about the wheels, don't seem to be spinning. If I push them, they're not continuing to run. So I want to have a look at that. We're going to get the car a bit better with a couple of very simple fixes. So as I was saying, these are straight out of the box. So I'm not expecting them to be perfect out of the box. They are a production car. They are not set up to be race tuned. So what we got here, so here we go, out of the box. Just check. It's a little bit better there, so something might have been running, whether it was the wires again. Bit of an issue maybe with the wires were touching. A little bit better there, but what I'm going to do, I like to have a tiny bit of play left and right on those. So I'm just going to loosen that grub screw off. Give it a little bit of play. There. I'm going to put a tiny dot of oil. And I mean a dot, don't drown them. You don't want it all over the tracks. Straight away. Okay. They're better. Much better than they were. Okay. So they're better than they were. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with the back one. Tiniest little bit of play. So loosen it off, put this tiniest little bit of play in there. Okay, now I'm going to get a bit of oil again. Just a dot. Just a dot on there. This is awesome. And a little dot on the gear as well. Some people use grease, I like to use oil, but tiniest bits. I don't like a lot. Just going to look at these wires again. I'm going to try and see what's going on with these. And move this little sleeve up a little bit as well. And find out if they are actually touching anywhere. Okay. So they're fairly free as it is at the moment. So I'm just going to put the body back on and see if it's, when the body is on, if they're then pushing on the wires. Yeah, we need to keep them quite far forward on this one. That guide is quite close to this section here on it. I'm just trying to look as I put it in. So yeah, it's quite close there, and also the black one on the motor is quite close here to that pod. So you just got to make sure it's not on that, touching that. Okay, so looking inside, looks fairly free. Guys flicking nicely. Wheels are still spinning, so that's what we want. Okay, so tighten that back up. So that's just a little bit of standard maintenance. That is nothing special. It's just standard maintenance that you'd want to do to any car really when you take it out of the box. That is not race tuning them. It is just basic maintenance you should be doing to all your cars. So a bit of oil, but I wanted to run it straight away out of the box first to see what I got. So there we go. So they're all done. Okay. All right. Let's put it back on the track and see if we can beat the 7.4. Okay guys, here we go again. So I just did a little bit of oiling on there as per the video. Let's get some lap times in. 7.40 was the best we did before. Let's get some lap times in now and see if we can do that. So steady one first, just lap round. And then let's start to speed up a bit and see what we get. So I did a couple of laps before the playback and the audio was terrible. I've had to redo this one. So let's see what we can get out of this around. With the lap there, it's only nice there. I like the car. I really do like the car. The time there it is. Give it a little bit there too much. Push past 7.37. We got back to 7.4. Yeah, and no more. There we go, guys. So 7.370 is the best I've had out of it. Let's give it one more time. See if I can beat that again. Setting the controller. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, let's go. Reasonable one. Four again. It doesn't look like I'm going to get much better than what I did there.
Please,
Say that. There we go, that was my best last time then. And it was 7.360. So pretty happy with that. Now that's not had anything done to it, not had the tyres through it, nothing. Still got the shallow guiding, so you can push it a bit harder when that's changed. There we go. Revo, Lister Storm, Adidas or Adidas, and then where you're from, edition. Beautiful looking car. Thank you to RevoSlot and Lehman Hobbies for allowing me to do this review. But all in all, pretty happy with it. Only things I'd say I had to do, the guide wasn't flicking back properly, so I just had to change the wire position. It was underneath. I did put a little bit more play in those front, just so you can feel it more than see it. So you got them to spin a little bit better. I did the same at the back as well. But all in all, needed very little doing to it. The guide, I guess, was the main thing that wasn't flicking back to central position properly. I'd say that was the only issue out of the box that I had to fix. And other than that, holds the track well. More than happy with that. I think this one will be going into my collection and will be getting raced. So I'm going to set to work in the next week or so whenever I get time. I will true the front tyres up on it. I'll true the back tyres. I'll keep the original rubber that's on there. We'll check the gear mesh. And then I'll put it on the track. I don't want to see a 7.0 or even a 6.9. So we will see how I go in the coming weeks when I get time to do some race tuning on it. all in all, good looking car. Newcastle United, sign on it. Gotta say I was a Man City supporter myself back in the day, but at least it's a northern team. Awesome, great car. Thanks again, hope you've enjoyed the review.